when I'm in my 40s, in my 50s, then I might start doing yoga to stay healthy.
She quit her schooling and started, exploring yoga.
And I took a little more pressure and stress. There it
Okay.
started that I used hormones and my emotions like became
Mhm.
more and more balanced.
Beautiful.
And then in the last years, I've traveled to India many times and I've seen many
Hmm.
different ashrams. I mean, what I did in very stressed phases was that I always
Hi, welcome everyone. Today we have an interesting guest who is Anna. She is from Germany. I met her and we became friends during our yoga TDC in Shivaananda. Yoga TDC is basically teacher training course on yoga teaching. So she became a friend of mine and she have a very interesting journey. She quit her schooling and started, exploring yoga and Indian culture. So let's listen to her journey. Yeah, Hannah.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Anna, and yeah, hi Calvin. Thanks for having me here.
Pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me where it all started. I mean, this journey of this yoga journey of yours, where it all started, and how do you see yourself?
Okay, so yeah, basically, as you already mentioned, I'm from Germany and I grew up in Germany. And yeah, it started all quite early. So yeah, I was quite small. It was in my childhood. And I remember that I was living in a small village actually. And my mother, she was interested in yoga. And then she started giving some yoga classes sometimes for me, my sister, and some children in our neighborhood. So there was some playful, yoga sessions, and she did some kind of instructed some relaxations as well. And yeah, I think this is the first time where I did yoga. Yeah, and then some years later, I must have been, I think, in second grade. Yeah, my parents took me and my sister to a yoga center in Germany, which was actually some sort of ashram.
So you are
Because
not that new to yoga. So you already knew yoga, is it? Like from your childhood.
yes, yeah,
Even, I mean, people think every Indian knows yoga, every Indian used to practice yoga, but it's not. In my case, I started yoga from my college.
yeah,
But you seem to
yeah,
be,
yeah. In India,
yeah.
yeah, I think that's the thing, like Indians, they have kind of forgotten a part of their culture.
Very true. Yeah.
And yeah, and the foreigners, they are very keen to know about Indian culture. Yeah.
True. So, I mean, what
That's
do
the
you find
thing.
it interesting? And being exposed to yoga in childhood is fine, and taking it forward, after when you have control of your life, taking it forward and taking it to a next level of teaching yoga is something, something big. So,
Yeah, so basically, I mean, there were many steps, right? So first, um, my parents introduced yoga to me, right? So they started it. And then there was a time in my life, in my teenage years, where I kind of was not very interested in yoga because I was thinking, like, yeah, I was into fitness and I was thinking that, yeah, I don't know, when I'm in my 40s, in my 50s, then I might start doing yoga to stay healthy.
okay.
And
So for
yeah,
you at
and
that
then
point of time, it was about to staying in shape. So,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Uh,
And then,
Makes sense.
so there was the thing. And then when I was in the final years of school, and I took a little more pressure and stress. There it started that I used used yoga and relaxations in order to become more balanced and relax myself. So so it started from there again, that I was not that well, and I wanted to become more healthy and more relaxed
emotionally,
and then
and mentally.
And then the years after school, there it really started that I was completely fine, I was well, and I realized that you should you should not only practice when you are not well, you should practice it daily, feel good and to stay balanced, and to prevent being sick and so on, and there it started that I really did that for myself to stay balanced, and then I got more and more interested, in like how yoga helps, curing depression, and how emotionally, you you are balanced, and there's so many aspects, how yoga can help. And then I got interested in teaching yoga also, because it's so lovely if you can share yoga with others, and you can
if you can be a tool to make someone else come to balance. It's that what you so you're
just
talking.
sharing what you are experiencing,
True. So you came across depression, is it? I mean, even I have come across uh, borderlines of depression, and like I do have like anxiety even now, and I still try to help myself with yoga and meditation. So how was your journey? Like how did you tackle your depression, and how yoga actually helped you across?
So I have faced two different things. Like what I've experienced is that first of all, if you are in a very stressed phase in life, yoga can already help you a lot. You don't even have to be depressed, but if you're very stressed, yoga, and especially relaxations, deep relaxations, help a lot to really calm down and relax. So this I've experienced. So I remember that when I used to go for exams, every day I had very long relaxations, like half an hour relaxations I did.
Oh, okay.
And that helped me a lot. Besides yoga.
So
And
this
then,
is like meditation, is it? It's like a form of meditation.
Deep relaxation. It's like what we do in yoga, right? The Shavasana.
Okay.
But a longer version of a Shavasana.
Okay.
And what I did in very stressed phases was that I always practiced deep relaxations. Daily, like 20 to 30 minutes, guided deep relaxations. And I practice yoga as well. So that really helped me to calm down and to relax physically and mentally. And then after school also there was a phase where I was a bit depressed, I would say. And so first of all, I would like to say that for sure everyone is different, we are all individuals, and I can't say that this is
the only way to deal
the only way,
very true, very true.
Get out of it. And
depression reacts in our mind and body differently to different people. Like for me, I had like a chronic back pain when I was really stressed and stuff. So different people have different reactions of depression and stress.
So for sure, I mean, I'm not a professional, and everyone is different, and everyone goes through different problems. But still, I mean, from my experience, I can say that yoga, you know,
Really
if
help
you
you.
practice yoga daily, even if you're in a depressed phase, I mean, it makes sense, right? Your body is, you know, you're moving your body, and it. What I
Exactly.
felt, you know, it really balances your body, you know, like your hormones, and
True.
which also has an impact on your emotions.
True.
So this is what I really felt, that when I practice yoga, that like my hormones and my emotions like became more and more balanced. And
Beautiful.
that if you practice yoga, you know, that I've realized that kind of your life energy, your life force is activated, you know, you become
Yeah.
more positive and motivated. And this is what is lacking, you know, if you're depressed, you know, you have no
True.
energy, you have no
Yeah.
motivation.
Hmm.
And therefore yoga is very important, but you just have to get to that point where you start practicing, you know, and
True.
push
And you
yourself
can't also expect
to,
immediate results.
yeah, that is, you have to keep doing and doing every day, or not every day but regularly. Yeah.
True. And the changes are also very subtle to even actually realize that yoga have helped you, because for me, I had like bad sinus, and I had a lot of health issues growing up. I started, I tried different things like jogging and trying to get into some sort of fitness so that, but now I don't have sinus at all, and I'm like perfectly fine. I've been to Himalayas and all. So when I'm fine, which means yoga have helped. It's very subtle, and it does wonders.
Yeah, yeah, you must, I mean, we have talked about it in during the TTC, right? That,
True.
I mean, yoga is, you know, compared to other exercise, you know, it's not really, I mean, not a violent
Ah,
exercise you perform.
exactly.
Yeah.
And your journey to Shivananda, how did that started, and how did you get exposed to Shivananda, and why did you choose Shivananda?
Yeah, so basically, when I visited some ashrams or yoga centers in Germany back in my childhood, there was one yoga center, and they followed Shivananda, the Shivananda tradition a bit, not completely, but yeah, they followed some of their teachings. And yeah, that was my first experience of ashram life also. I mean, we were, there was like, you know, in what is happening in the West is that you find many yoga centers nowadays, but they just teach hatha yoga, you know, the physical exercise, but they are not, they don't focus that much on sharing and teaching yoga philosophy, and
True.
yeah, like having satsang and kirtan sessions and
True.
practicing karma
The
yogas, you
holistic
know.
approach is what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it.
But this, yeah, the center where I went to there, and they were following the Shivananda tradition. There they yeah, it was very similar to the Shivananda centers in India, where you practice everything all together, you know, like you have meditation
We have
sessions,
chanting. So
chanting,
yeah,
you have
Shivananda,
you
as they
practice
say,
karma yoga, yeah,
like four
everything.
forms of karma yoga, jnana yoga, raja yoga, hatha yoga. So the schedule is actually four. All these four yogas put together.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I also find it very funny when people come and ask me like, can I do yoga to reduce my belly? Can I do yoga to get in shape? I'm like, it can do
Hmm.
lot more than that, but you can still use it to reduce your belly or you know get to shape.
Hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah, but this is so beautiful about yoga, that it's not
Hmm.
only about um,
Hmm.
the exercises, the physical
Hmm.
practices, that there's so much more about it, and it's about they teach you, like how you can live a healthy life, physically and spiritually and mentally, and that I find very interesting.
Nice, beautiful.
And
Huh.
as you said, like how I came to Shivananda. I mean, I visited some ashrams who followed Shivananda, and then um, in the last years, I've traveled to India many times, and I've seen many
Hmm.
different ashrams. I mean, I've been to Shivananda ashrams, I've been to Sadhguru's ashram, and to many
Hmm.
more,
Nice.
right?
Okay.
And but
Huh.
I always liked the atmosphere, the
Hmm.
energy in Shivananda ashrams.
Beautiful.
Um,
Yeah.
but still, it's not that I'm only following like one path,
Huh.
and
And then
I
it's also better to actually follow one form of schooling in terms of yoga, right? Because everyone resonates with different form of teaching. Like there are different gurus. Even Isha is
hmm,
there, even Shivananda. There are other forms of art of living. So many things are there, but it's also important to find your form of where you resonate more, like which form of schooling, which form of teaching you resonate more. So I mean, even I find Shivananda very composed and very down to earth. The teachings and even the TTC was really good, and the people who come there, it was very. I found the energy very uplifting. True.
yeah, I mean that is, I mean for sure. I mean, especially for the beginning, beginning of teaching, there it's good if you first you follow one
Very true.
one direction, you
Hmm.
go, and so in order to, get deeper into the
Hmm.
practice, and
Hmm.
not switch too much. So I think
Okay.
at the beginning, sure, it's good if you follow like, yeah, Shivananda yoga only. But I
Okay.
think later, once you are a little advanced, you can
Hmm.
still mix up some styles, if you're interested, in exploring a little more.
More of
And
physical practice.
about the spiritual path,
Hmm.
there I'm not following one guru only. I just
Ah.
see with whom I can connect somehow, and
Ah.
which philosophies I find interesting. Yeah,
True.
with what I
Yeah.
can relate.
So you're still figuring your journey out.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. So I mean,
Yeah.
so what is your future? After you are a yoga teacher now, so you have started teaching yoga practice to students, right? How is that journey now? How do you see that?
I mean, to be very honest, I done yoga for a long time, but
Yeah.
teaching yoga was something completely different for
Very
me.
true.
Really, it was like
Very true.
a new chapter, completely new. Everything was so different for me. Yeah, not there. Yeah, being a
I
teacher and
agree.
being a student is completely different.
But
So,
being a yoga practitioner is different. You have to do is get to
yeah,
the postures right. Like now we do all the fancy poses fine. Now to teach is like another whole different game.
it's so different. Yeah, but I find I'm struggling sometimes, to be honest, now at the beginning, but I'm learning a lot, I'm growing there as a person, I would say, because you learn a lot,
Yeah, and they also say when you teach, teaching is a place where you actually not giving, you also taking the energy from the students, and then it also helps you to stay motivated and also get deeper into the practice. Because thank you, Anna, for joining us. We just had a nice discussion about your journey into yoga. We will discuss more about your experiences in India, since you have stayed here for like 1 year, right?
Yeah, for 1.5 years.
Discuss more on that later. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
See you then. Take care.
Bye.